Folks, pull up a chair. This is the Goliath Ventures Inc. story. A tale of flashy dreams sold to hard-working people. Lavish spending hid the truth. And now court battles, where the silence is breaking. For those who know me, you know I've been knee-deep in this since the 1st of September 2025, when the first panicky... Oh, I just lost one of my streams. That's just not fun. How come, what one did I lose? LinkedIn. You can never lie on LinkedIn, can you? And Rumble. Oh, well, we're down to YouTubers, so you better make it good. Anyway, perfectly normal. That happens all the time with me. Bit disappointed, though. So if you don't know about Goliath, Goliath Ventures is a large-scale Ponzi scheme and scam. And as I've said, I've been covering it since the 1st of September. And it was around that time when I got my first email from a panicked investor. Goliath pitched itself as a safe crypto haven, which makes me laugh now. And they were paying up to, so far we've heard, up to 8.5 monthly returns. Isn't that great? Guaranteed principal back claims. So you had nothing to worry about. All from liquidity pools and platforms like Uniswap. And don't forget the crypto mining that never existed. Sadly, hundreds of millions followed from folks in the US and Canada. Retirees dipping into savings, firefighters betting their pensions. Got slurry words today. It's been a long day for me. Let's see, professional athletes investing big, families, and this is the part that hurts me the most, families remortgaging homes on the promise of easy money. These predators targeted sports clubs, church groups, even donated to charities to build trust and network. It felt real. It felt legit. Well, not to me, but it might have to you. But it was all a mirage, led by CEO Christopher Dialgo. I still can't quite get his name right. And his unqualified puppets, a rag team of partners with zero credentials in finance, security regulation, or crypto expertise, who acted like obedient, and I can't say this word, but I want to make sure we get it right.
Marionettes.
It's a great word, that, isn't it? That's what you do with puppets, so I've been told. They did exactly what they were told, parroting the glossy promises of 8.5 guaranteed monthly returns, pushed unregistered securities that they had no business promoting, and ruthlessly weaponizing their personal networks. These weren't licensed professionals or seasoned investors. They were recruiters in sheep's clothing, blindly following orders while selling dreams that were utterly unqualified to sell, that they were utterly unqualified to sell. Now, Goliath burnt cash like it was water. Private jets. We know of one charter company that still owed $723,000 for Chris's travels, travelling back and forth to Dubai like it was a commute to work, staying in the luxury Dubai apartment. Chris and his merry men, celebrity photo ops with people like Kash Patel, the FBI director, and Michael Johnson, the Speaker of the House. Lavish, over-the-top Christmas parties featuring Jason Derulo as the headline performer. How would you like some fresh intel while we're reading my introduction? So where is Chris right now, you may be thinking? Jail? Wouldn't that be nice? Nope, he still roams free. Christopher is actually back in Florida, spotted driving his yellow Lamborghini, just one of the vehicles in his $4 million car collection. And amazingly, some other intel we got, he had friends pick him up in a black Escalade later that evening. And I didn't think he had any friends left. So Chris This message is to you because just before we went live, I sent you a message to your beautiful partner and told her that we were going live with another episode. So maybe a good opportunity to get some popcorn and sit in front of your large TV in your $8.5 million house. They built relationships by pulling in more money. They built relationships to pull in more money. They froze payouts in late 2025. Excuses piled up, audit delays, bank switches, wallet blocks, and now this endless chant of MSB approval. Coming soon. Partners now I've learned how to say this name and I've got a technique. Unit with a P in front of it actually is Punit Shah. Still email their downlines to people they personally recruited under their own company with title lines like holding pattern, no timeline, hang tight. It's not help. It's hush money made from words. Soft talk meant to keep everyone quiet while funds disappear. And he is also claiming that he's in the same boat as you, even though he happily signed you up under his company brand and took your money. He's just in the same boat as you. Don't worry, there's room for him in the life raft, right? And when I started asking questions, they come at me hard. Well, I actually used Grok to help me to do my presentation today, and it said they come at me hard. And when I look back, I suppose it was considered hard, but for me, I get a lot of threats. It wasn't really that hard, but it was an interesting one, this one, when they tried to silence me. Goliath actually filed a lawsuit, and this is important, in Florida, Orange County Court. And if you really want to know the case number, it's 2025-CA009246-0. Means a lot to some people, apparently. Not to me. Accusing me of, guess what? Defamation. A relentless smear campaign. Claiming my videos and blogs wrecked the business. Oh my God. All this from a YouTuber on the bottom of the planet. I've lost my way because my screen behind me has actually got a video of me talking and it's just distracting. So I'm just going to stop it and go back to that. And here we are. Where we go? Anyway, all this from a YouTuber on the bottom of the planet who apparently was capable of taking down a Ponzi, a crypto-based empire. I should receive a Nobel Prize. They said I manufactured lies for click. So in saying that, if you guys wouldn't mind actually subscribing, because that's obviously why they think I'm here and I don't want to let them down. And I clicked on the wrong button already. Where's my, there it is, subscribe. So if you could, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell, so that you'll be notified when the next video comes out. And every time somebody subscribes to my YouTube channel, I like to get Sadie, wherever she is, there she is. Sadie will come and clean your screen. Now, she gets paid nothing for this, but if you want to support me in what I do, somebody sent me 5 cups of coffee today. I really, really appreciate that. That keeps it all going. But it's not while I do it, but that's what they put in the court case. They said, I manufactured lies for clicks, ignored their truth, and harmed their legitimate operations. That was in the court documents. Isn't that cool? But their own complaint. It's a house of cards. No proof, just rage at an investigative journalist using open source intelligence. And as I always say, they have fallen on their own sword. Now, here's some stuff I had talked about before, but not as probably as much as I am going to mention today. If you haven't been following this, they actually offered me $150,000 to scrub my content and write a Dear John letter saying I was a misled YouTuber. I said no. Then private investigators staked my neighborhood for over a week and they found me. They later showed up on my door in New Zealand. When they knocked on the door, I actually thought, oh, the FBI are actually coming to help me with this investigation. And then we've got the FBI now in Wellington, New Zealand, which has been great, but I still haven't heard from them. But instead, Goliath employed investigators from Auckland, New Zealand, dangling another deal to present. But they would only offer me the deal if I kept it off the records and I weren't allowed any recording devices on me. That doesn't happen. Anyway, so I said no again. In fact, I didn't quite use those lovely words, but I did record it, and I promise you one day we will show you that video. But in the meantime, I'm not. They've even tried to subpoena my ChatGPT and Grok records through the courts, hunting for who I had been talking to, trying to scare sources to silence. But here's the turning point. The silence is breaking. People aren't buying the stool anymore. They are fighting back. 3 lawsuits in Broward County Court, chasing a measly $55 million in stolen guarantees. Valid withdrawals ghosted, exit agreements ignored, absolute and binding promises dragged into the light. And look, we've got our first big media recent Law 360 coverage on February the 11th, spotlight the mess, quoting attorney Jordan Shaw, hope I'm saying that right. And he just happens to be the person representing the 3 plaintiffs. This is his words, not mine. A concerning situation involving a tremendous amount of money, made worse by the lack of communication from those in control. Shaw hints, and this is the part I don't like, hints at hundreds of millions, if not close to $1 billion, locked up, amongst others. And we're going to go into that in detail today. But that's speculation. That's no evidence. Just the kind of dangling hope that keeps people waiting while the real pot empties. And it absolutely annoys the crap out of me that there's people out there putting statements out there that are giving people, in my opinion, false hope. And if they've got some proof that there's some pile of Donald Duck gold around, I want to know about it. And that's just the start. One Florida lawyer, she got 4 new clients lined up this week. There will be more filings brewing. The wave is coming. Victims from fire stations, sports teams, retirement plans, mortgaged homes, all realizing the money's gone. Spent on jets and effing parties, not invested as promised. When crypto suffered one of its worst single days wipeouts, $380 billion erased, they rushed a 45-minute investor update that lasted for 12 minutes. In that meeting, no one could ask any questions. You could not see if any other investors were in that meeting, and might as well have uploaded a video to Vimeo. But they learned not to do that because we'll find it. And we did, and that's some of the evidence that we have about this company. That wasn't reassurance. It was a stall tactic while the funds vanished. Interesting fact, which probably won't mean much, but it will later on. Shaw's firm sits in Fort Lauderdale. Now, I don't know some of these names because I'm not used to pronouncing them, but I think I got that right. Fort Lauderdale. Blocks from Goliath's contract drafter, Eric Klayman. Sorry, I can't help it after I read his name out. We'll have more on him soon. And the lawyer who sued me, Oliver Berman. Now, he's only 4 doors down from Eric Klayman. It's nothing like keeping it in the family. Why lock disputes in Broward when headquarters was in Orlando? Now, Diego, if I'm saying that right, sued me in Orange County. It's a bit weird, isn't it? Well, we've figured out why they're doing that, we reckon, and we'll tell you that in a few minutes. All from an entity who had, on the 3rd of December, re-registered itself in Wyoming. Just something shady going on there. Is this all part of an exit strategy? A venue rigged for locals, and we'll go into that. This hurts deep. Retirees watching nest empties, firefighters who serve communities now facing their own fires, families who trusted a safe belt now scraping by. Goliath didn't just take cash. They stole security, destroyed relationships, broke families, hope, and the quiet belief that hard work pays off. But the scammers are cornered now. There are lawsuits. Their lawsuit against me is crumbling. Under my motion to dismiss, they have no jurisdiction over a New Zealander, no facts, just smoke. The tables have turned, the truth is winning. Today, it's live, we're ripping it open. I've got to say his name again. Putin, whatever his name is. Latest, no timeline, email breakdown. We're going to do the email breakdown, the 3 lawsuits. We've got PDFs for you guys to download, and I will show you the pattern of fraud no one can deny. Now, if you're hurting, you're not alone. Let's demand the answers. Let's get what's left. Right here, right now. Just about need a theme song, don't I? Well, that was my introduction, and I just wanted to get that off my chest because I spend a lot of time going through those introductions. And I really think, how can we help the investors, and what can we do to save people who still have hope? So off script, I'm just going to stop me from talking there. Off script, I'd just like to say to you, if you still have hope that this is a true and genuine investment opportunity, please slap yourself in the face, poke yourself in the eye, wake up, go get help, reach out to us. We're here to help you. We've got a WhatsApp group, which is in this blog. Now, if you want some information, there is a description under the video that you're watching right now. In that description, it's the wee more button. You can go into the description and you'll be able to find the blog that I'm using right now. And in there's lots of things that you can do. Oh, hello, Violet, and hello, Queen of Karma. It's nice to see you guys here. All right, so as you know, I'm dyslexic, so I'm going to use the computer to read some of this. If somebody in the audience lets me know if it doesn't come across nice and loud and clear, it would be great. But let's read the first paragraph.
When a partner like Punit Shah keeps sending the same weekly email claiming the MSB license is progressing while wallets remain a blocker, it's not an update. It's a deliberate way to keep investors calm, prevent them from coordinating, and buy another week of silence before the courts force real answers.
Yeah, so I was really surprised, but just last week, we've got this puppet basically sending out calm the farm emails. Even now, even after 4 months of no payments, he's still sending out emails to people saying, just wait. And all he's trying to do, in my opinion, is to save his friggin' ass. And these are the guys you need to go after. Do not go just after Christopher. Go after these partners. This is what you need to do. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a professional. And this is not financial advice. Like hell it isn't. This is telling you, I've seen that. I've been doing this for 5 years. And you need to hurry up. If you're going to sit here and wait, we've got some correspondence going with people and then they back off. Act now is all I'm saying. Don't listen to the bullshit. How much bullshit do you need to know it's bullshit? Just saying that. Just so I throw that in there.
Investors are starving for concrete news, but what keeps arriving is the same carefully worded message from Punit Shah, Director of Partner Services.
Yeah, and just for shits and giggles, let's go to Goliath's website. All right. Now, this is really funny because on here we've got our team. Now, this is like dynamos. Now, notice that Nick's disappeared. Some of these guys down the bottom, they've also disappeared, but they're still on the website. But Nick must have said, take me off the website. I don't want anything to do with you anymore. So you've got partners emailing Calm the Farm emails out to people. Meanwhile, directors, the chief operating manager for Goliath Ventures, suing Chris, and you've got a partner who's like an idiot messaging people. What the hell? I mean, where does this, I was saying to somebody today, I said, I'm going to come to this website once if they keep it online. And Christopher, if you want how to get rid of, if you want some advice, get rid of the website. It will be a hoot. Because that's what you should be doing. You should be deleting this website. But what's the point of removing people every now and again and thinking we don't notice? But anyway, Nick's gone from that space. Next week, we'll see that Lee and Howie, who I've messaged, she doesn't reply to my emails, don't know why, she'll be running the show and we'll find out she's the real person behind it. Steve Davis, well, we had a charming phone call with him a few weeks ago, didn't we? Oh, I have written to every fire brigade in America telling them, if you've got people in the fire brigade that may have invested in Goliath Ventures, please make sure you do a welfare check on them. That's all because of Steve Davis. And I got quite a few emails back, which is really, really cool. 5 people in the department that Steve Davis is in one department we've managed to see have invested in Goliath Ventures. This guy's a scoundrel. Anyway, let's carry on. The email dated the 11th of February. So it wasn't that long ago. It's the 15th now. So this is just fresh stuff straight off the press, guys. Subject, no updates this week. How would you like to get an email after investing hundreds of thousands of dollars, and the Muppet sends out an email with that as his title? It's almost word for word identical to prior ones that he sent to his BCC downline. The investors have personally introduced and onboarded. Now, just for real shits and giggles, here is the full text of the email as received. So real big update there. Well done, mate. That was brilliant. That would have actually just calmed the farm. I can imagine everyone that's mortgaged their house, put in all their savings, taken out their, is it 401k you have in America? I think so. All your money and given it to Chris. And then the guy that told you this was the best thing since sliced bread, no worries, your money's insured, sends out 4 lines of email. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to laugh. I can't help it. This email included, and this is the kicker, this is the signature. I know I get these sometimes and I think, ooh, what happens if I share this email? You've got to listen to this.
The email includes his professional headshot, social icons Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and the standard confidentiality footer. The content of this email is confidential and intended for the recipient specified in message only. It is strictly forbidden to share any part of this message with any third party, without a written consent of the sender. It's sent from punit@goliathventuresinc.com and ends with the repeated promise of a mass update once something concrete happens.
Oh my God. Oh, so we wrote to him and we asked for permission, but because he's ghosting us, we said, if you don't reply to our emails and ask for permission to use this email, we will take it that that's a yes. So he didn't reply, so we got the chances to use it. But then again, I don't really care anymore, and I never do anyway. But in case there's a mass update, once something concrete happens, he's going to keep you up to date. Oh my God. So let's break this email down. This is the ongoing pattern. MSS approval is always progressing or advancing. And then they've got this new one now, wallet restrictions. We've got nearly every wallet address known to man that Goliath have been using to pay people. And we've only tracked one wallet, which we think is Nick's, and it's got $1 million in it. So Nick, who's got a $5 million mortgage on his house, his $8.5 million house, he must be taking money to pay people. I don't know. So if you've invested under Nick, because theoretically Nick's part of a group of people collectively that are trying to do a court case for $55 million. So I presume he's one of the big cheese who thinks Chris has got a pile of money. Anyway, let's not go there yet. We will in a minute. No timeline was provided. No one's telling anyone where the money is. So imagine this, wallet restrictions. All our money is in Binance. This is the wallet. Oh, you can't see that, can you? No, it's all hidden money, isn't it? So no one's telling us where the money is. They're giving you no timelines. Updates are deliberately mass sent to avoid the one-on-one conversation. Now that brings me to a really important part. I'll just go, patience is requested every time. So I'm just going to leave that paragraph there and I'm going to take you to this part of my website. Now, if you go to dehek.com, DEHEK.com, DCOM, you'll find dehek.com and you click on Goliath Ventures. Now, because there's a thing on the internet called doxing. Oh, that's interesting. That's break. Because there's a thing, oh, damn. I just realized one of the scammers put a complaint into YouTube and that video, that's friggin' Sharvis video has been taken offline. Friggin' hell. It's a continuous battle to keep my content online, but it won't go there. Anyway, see that there, it's got a telephone. If I hold my mouse on that telephone and click, you will find that I have everybody's phone number of Goliath Ventures there. Okay? I think I don't have Hunter, Smallback's phone number. He's the only one. But if you want to ring these guys direct, because at the moment, what you've got to do is got to go to Goliath's website, go for some, I'm going to be rude, bimbo on the phone that says, who are you? Who is your upline? I'll get them to ring back, but they're not ringing people back. So let's go direct. Get your own phone numbers, get them today, ring up these guys and keep harassing them. If they have to change their phone numbers, poor them. But I can't show you those phone numbers because YouTube obviously doesn't like content and privacy. See that video's gone? That's just gone in the last few minutes. It's a bit disheartening. Anyway, that's my suggestion. All right, so now let's get back into it. What are you saying, Queen of Karma? Call them and tell them to give you your money back. Too right. And let's put that across the screen. I'll put that across the screen. So at the top of the screen, you can see Queen of Karma's message there. If you say so, if you've got any questions and you're watching this, please put them in the chat room. We'll answer them.
Punit positions himself as aligned with his investors, owed money to,
Oh,
pushing for payouts.
oh.
But he openly admits he has no timeline and no control over when funds will be accessible. These emails are not designed to inform. They are designed to calm the farm and keep people waiting quietly while the situation deteriorates elsewhere.
Hey, who's giving me love hearts? Get a room. What have we got? They'll never stop us. We are untouchable and we will never stop. It's a bit emotional, Queen of Karma. She's lovely. I just love my Avengers. If you don't know Queen of Karma, put your what do you do? Oh, you're a YouTuber, aren't you? She also blogs on my blog. Put your YouTube thingy in the chat room, please. All right, so this is really interesting. Some of these paragraphs are a bit of a mouthful for the normal person, and I'm not normal, so I'm going to get these read. But this is actually pretty cool. So I think I accidentally merged that paragraph together. Anyway, let's stay focused. I'll just get down there. Where are we? 11th there. I'm just going to read bits at a time because I'm going to give you my 2 cents worth because, after all, that's what I do.
While Punit keeps sending these hope-drip messages, the courts are moving decisively. 3 separate lawsuits are now active in Florida's 17th Judicial Circuit, Broward County, all filed in the same courthouse, all governed by Florida law, all venue locked to Broward by the JVA's dispute resolution clauses.
Well, that's even a bit high tech for me. But as I said earlier, I did use Grok to help put together a lot of this blog today. And sometimes Grok and I didn't get on. I have a really love-hate relationship with ChatGPT. And I'm just forming a new bond with Grok, which is quite exciting because if the court case where they have no jurisdiction over me does go place, they're going to subpoena my court records and they will have hours and hours of content to go through.
A February 11th,
Anyway.
2026 Law 360 article reports the combined claim damages across the 3 suits at nearly $55 million after Goliath allegedly reneged on agreements to return capital and failed to pay significant management fees. These are not gripes about bad returns. They are direct contract enforcement actions testing Goliath's written promise to return principal fully, without diminution or impairment, absolute and binding. 0.6, no exceptions.
Yeah, so I'm on 2 minds here. I'm actually not on 2 minds. I read this in a different way. When I see a lawyer, handling 3 cases at the same time, and they're all in the same arena, same area, same location, I just don't trust it. And when a lawyer gives people false hope, I believe, and says there could be $1 million worth of money locked up, I just scream in my head and go, why are you telling people that? So we're going to look at a lot of this stuff a little bit more deeply. But anyway, the 3 lawsuits that are there are going after 55 million, which is quite interesting. And it's just unusual that they have filed the cases in Broward County. And it just seems like another, I don't know. I'll be honest, I don't like anyone that does crypto recovery, and I don't like anyone that claims that you can do a class action lawsuit against individuals that have no money. From my opinion, every time a scammer takes off the money, he's already hidden it in crypto. And if you want my opinion, I don't care because I'm going to give it to you anyway. But what I would like to see, in case there's any law enforcement here, I'd like Christopher to go to jail for life, because a lot of these financial crimes often get a 5 or a 10-year lawsuit, and then they come out and they've got a whole pile of crypto hidden somewhere. But I reckon if he was told that he's sentenced to life in prison, unless he releases where the money is, because he will have money hidden away somewhere. It's not in the assets. We're talking a $500 million Ponzi scheme and scam, and he's got money hidden away somewhere. So he will either have to give that up or give up his life. And I think that's a fair exchange. And then we won't have so many victims. But these lawyers who have come in waving their flag at the end, doesn't sit well with me. Nothing against you. Okay. The same stall tactics. So this is another one that was quite interesting, because what we did, we found, I'll just make that easier to read, back in the same stall, different letterhead, even back in September. Now, this is really interesting. The company that is, how do I put this, that is suing Goliath Ventures is Nick's company called 21 Ventures. Christine Turner is actually Nick's, I might ring somebody soon, just saying, Christine Turner. And Christine Turner is Nick's sister. Now, Christine's married to Jerry. Jerry, you look like a hard case. Sometimes you don't really fit in. But this is what they were telling people back in September. And now you've got the same company going after Christopher for the same problem that they were calming their farm with. So this is the happy family. So on here, we've got Jerry, Christina, Nick, and is it Brittany? Brittany. So Brittany's wearing the pajama bottoms. Why is she wearing pajamas on a jet airplane? I thought she would have dressed up a bit flashier than that. And looks like Nick is wearing camo trousers, but I'm sure they're like $500 pair of jeans. And then you've got Christina, who's married to Jerry. Jerry looks like a real nice fella. Hey, Jerry. I did actually send you a message, and I won't read the message because it will just go on forever, this live. But I did send Jerry and Christina a message, and I pleaded with them. I said, I know your brother and you love your brother, but your brother's in some deep shit. And if you want to talk to me, I'm willing to talk to you off the record. Well, once again, they ghosted me. But if you go back to, that's the wrong way. This is when everyone was happy families in Goliath. And here you've got Patrick Ben David. And what's that guy? He looks like I don't know if that shirt really goes with you, Tomo, but it does. And then you've got Chris and you've got Nick. Oh, happy families back then. But we did have another image. Oh, no, that's what Christopher got for Valentine's Day. We'll go there in a few minutes. And there's the other family. So when we saw this, no, I've got to move these. So when I saw that photo, I looked at that. And I thought, oh, well, let's check. And we found another photo. So happy families. We should have put a wee mask on the wee girl there. But sorry about that, Nick. But this is a family business, isn't it? And this is what they do. These opportunities just destroy families. So how do you feel, guys, when Nick is hiring a private jet and taking his family and celebrating their family and his father's 70th birthday party using your money? Don't you want to fight back? Don't you want to do something? Well, you're just talking to the right guy. We can help you. There's 6 different government agencies investing in this at the moment. We are helping people who want to do something about it. We will teach you how to groom your information and put it together so we can present it to the head investigator. We're not going to hand over the head investigator, but we are going to put your case forward to them. And I promise you, if you've invested in Goliath Ventures, and this is my promise, and you can hold me accountable, I do not care, I will promise you that those investigators will telephone you. And I will give you part of their phone number, and I'll tell you what email address it will come from, and they will contact you. And you can report your case. If you sit there on your hands and you think that something in your head says, oh, I'll go to my lawyer first, you've been scammed, you've been told lies, you've been introduced this through a family friend or member, you need to go after your own money. Because if I'm going back to here, these kids, kids are involved here. Family inheritance, let me not say any more. Anyway, while we're here, let's have a look and see what Chris got his lovely girl today. Did you get some nice Valentine's stuff like this? So this is Christopher buying Valentine's gift for his beloved. That's pretty lavish. It looks like he's still spending money like it's water. That's pretty full on. I'm going to take that photo and send it off to somebody I care about and say, oh, that's what I was going to get you, honey. Or can we, here's Christopher and his, my forever Valentine. Life with you life with you in more than an adventure. Life with you is more than an adventure. Isn't he spelled that wrong? Oh my God, Chris. Have you really got the spell? Have I got that? My forever Valentine. Life with you in more than an adventure. I'm reading that wrong, or they don't know how to spell. I think the chances of me reading it wrong are a lot higher. But anyway, these two are in love. And they're in love and they're spending all your money. Oh, look at the flowers. Anyway, I just wanted to go there while we're there. Happy days. I think I covered everything there. Let's go back. All right, so what have we got? Keep calm and wait tactics. Yeah, so what's interesting about this, the same stall tactics, different letterhead, even back in September. So back in September, we had Christine Turner, which is Nick's sister. Keep calm and wait tactics. Don't start with, there's that name again, Punit. Recent messages. It goes all the way back to September 2025 when Christina Turner, Nick's Petrillo's sister, married, I could have just read this instead of having that wee story, married to Jerry Turner, senior administrator to 21 Adventures LLC. Aren't those LLCs company lovely? They all got told to set them up, didn't they? A Goliath affiliate sent this to her own partners under their brand. And there's the letter. I'll see if I can read it like Queen of Karma. Here we go. Don't you judge me, Queen of Karma. I know you're a better reader than me, but I'm here reading it today. It says, attached, you will find exciting news. Goliath Ventures will release an upcoming independent forensic audit on all financials and operations. Oh my God, wonder about how that turned out. We will be pleased to share the results to assure all measures are compliant and secure when completed. Oh, I got it wrong. This is right when they were sending me lawsuits telling me that I had my message wrong. Well, there you go. They got their message wrong because we've never seen an audit, have we? Thank you, Christine Turner, Senior Administrator, 20 Wong. I don't know how to say that, 20 Wong Ventures. Back then, it was sold as exciting news, an independent forensic audit. Oh my God, we love these independent forensic audits that we never see, to prove everything was compliant, secure, no date, no auditor's name, no results ever shared publicly. Fast forward to 2026, 20 Wong Ventures LLC is one of the 3 plaintiffs suing Goliath in Broward County. And I won't read the case number because that will just bore the shit out of people. And that was filed on the 23rd of January 2026. That was the first one done for breaching the exact, the same JVA principle guarantee they once hyped was safe. Don't know what that JV, so I don't like acronyms. It does your head in when you're dyslexic. This is the long game deflection. Different letterhead, same empty promise, same delay tactics. Early on, it lured people in. Later, it kept them quiet. Now it's evidence in court. Save these messages. They show, I don't know. I hate reading. It's overrated. I'm just going to read the last part.
They show the stall was baked in from the beginning.
Yeah, okay. So it's all stalling tactics. So this is why it really infuriates me, is that that all this is just another day in the office for me. All these tactics are there to stall people. If you're going to just stop watching, do your own stuff. Let me help you if I can. The lawyers, now this is the part that really nukes me, the lawyer's $1 billion bombshell and why it smells like hope marketing. So in February the 11th, which is not 4 or 5 days ago, lawsuit, Law 360 article, and I'll just have to click on that and go in there. So they published this article, right? And you can go there and find it. I've actually pinched it and made it a PDF so it doesn't disappear like all things associated with Goliath. But you can go there and read to your heart's content. You just need to click on that little red box there above my head and you're away laughing. They put that Goliath Ventures mess in the headlines. They're tallying up 3 Baldwin suits, nearly 55 million. So there's 3 people complaining. And I will explain this in a minute, but I'm going to tell you now. One of the investors actually used to work with Nick. So it's like keeping it in the family. And the fact that this lawyer is putting it out there publicly that he claims there's a big pile of dough. Anyway, I'm going to read it because I'm going to tell you the story. And I've practiced putting this in context or whatever. Just listen.
In claimed breaches, principal ignored, fees unpaid, exit agreements ghosted after September or October 2025, payout freeze. Attorney Jordan Shaw of Shaw UNs, representing all 3 plaintiffs, calls it a concerning situation worsened by lack of communication from those in control, vowing to seek redress for clients. Then comes the line that stops you. Shaw says they have reason to believe that there are hundreds of millions, if not close to $1 billion, locked up among other participants.
So if I had lost 100,000, even 50,000, like a lot of the firemen that were getting the 5% returns before they come up with 100,000 minimum, and somebody told me that there's $1 billion locked up, I would probably run to that lawyer who might have some sort of insider knowledge. It's fucking bullshit, guys. Don't listen to this shit. Don't listen to somebody who claims there could be $1 billion locked up. It's giving people false hope. And it doesn't even mathematically add up that there's that much money if there was that much money. The only money you're going to get out is the assets that they recover. because I believe that's the exit strategy. Let's buy a whole lot of assets, and when it all falls over, they can chase around mortgage, getting our houses back. Like Nick Petrello has an $8.5 million house. Oh, well, there's 8.5. No, he's got a $5 million mortgage against it. Oh, so the money they get back from the assets ain't going to cover the bill that they've accumulated by everything. So anyway, let me carry on my paragraph.
That $1 billion figure, it's pure attorney speculation, echoed in the article but backed by zero evidence. No audited statements, no wallet traces, no investor confirmations. No one knows where the money sits. Red flags everywhere.
Yeah, thanks, Queen of Karma. I love it when you read laugh out loud. What are you trying to say? I must be entertainment. Oh, it's crap and bullshit together. Oh my God. Keep me laughing, guys. Keeps me going. Alrighty, let's get this right. So the 55 million is, oh, I spat my mic. Yeah, that tastes terrible. The 55 million is concrete, tied to these 3 filed complaints and JVA language. I don't even know what anyone in the chat room want to tell me what JVA, I should have looked that up before I did. JVA language. Anyway, we'll figure that out. If you want to put that in the chat room, somebody look up what that acronym. I went to reading, I hired a teacher once. I spent a years trying to learn how to read phonetics. It never really helped. It was a waste of time. But acronyms are even worse. That's why texting and I never really got on. Anyway, the 1 billion question mark is emotional poster math. Great for running more plaintiffs and pressuring settlement, but dangerous if it convinces victims a big pot is waiting. Now, I had to read that because Queen of Karma told me to, but really, you're going to tell people there's $1 billion locked up? Really? Oh, Straw's firm is in Fort Lauderdale, Broward Hub, near Goliath. Contact drafter. Now, I'm going to go to town on Eric in a minute, but Eric, he's a professional. Eric Clayman, he's as you asked for us to put the address. So you've got Eric Clayman's offices, which are Andrews Ave, Suite 604, and the lawyer that's suing me, Oliver Berman, which we're mates now, is in Suite 600. Okay, 4 doors down. Isn't that crazy? Oh, I've said that, 4 doors down. Why are they specifically Broward? I can't pronounce that word. So every time I have to think of Brow and then Ward. Broward. I hope it says Broward. For disputes. And there we go again. Did anyone put that in there? Oh, hold it. We've got the actual meaning of that. Java. Just protected it. Hold it. Protected. Active. Oh, look, you had it there and then I tried to copy it, but it was actually Java virtual machine. You're having me on. Susie. Hello, Susie. What are you doing there? That's interesting. He's in the chat room already. Where have you been? Were you there? Oh, you've been there for a while. Oh, equals joint venture agreement. Oh, damn. That was a real easy one. God, why did they make it so complicated in my life? Anyway, Goliath claimed Orlando HQ. Oh, this is not going to work. Anyway, what I'm getting at, they're all in the same area. And I'm going to read the last part of this.
Why specify Broward for disputes in JVAs when Goliath claimed Orlando HQ? Delgado sued me in Orange County, not Broward. Venue smells rigged for local advantage.
Yeah, so we reckon that it's something to do with the lawyer. I reckon the lawyer might be, and it's just my opinion, because I've been told to say that when I say anything legal. But in my opinion, I reckon that this lawyer thing is just to rally up investors and give them false hope. Or maybe they do really think there's money there and they're going to profiteer and Nick's going to be, I don't know, benefiting from it somehow. I don't know. Nick Petrello sharing straw contract. Hold up.
Sharing Shaw's contact. Either he's trying to save his skin or funneling clients to a friendly firm for potential cuts.
Maybe he is. I don't know. And this locked up talk, was it? Dangles false hope. The same sedative?
Sedative.
Oh, there you go. Got that one wrong. As, was it Punit's holding pattern emails. Real recovery needs real facts, not guesses. If Shaw has proof that there is $1 billion Time to show it. Until then, it's just another layer of delay dressed in optimism. Now, I don't think I can say that any better than that. And I'm just having a look at this next one. But just before we go into the next section, I'm just going to ring Nick's sister and see whether she wants to talk to us, because that'd be quite funny. I think I've got a number here, because I think they are listening right now, and they're probably freaking out the fact that I might ring them, and that just makes me want to do it even more. Where is it? Where's she gone? Oh, there it is. Let's just ring them up and see if they want to talk to me. It's always good to see them. Hopefully you can hear that. It's not ringing yet. Calling. It's ringing. But let's see. Oh, there it is. It's gone through. There's everything. Christine? It's Danny. Christine? It's Danny. You know, I ring up people quite a lot doing this sometimes. But this is probably a lady who's either lost money or helped people lose money. And they're all good at giving me a hard time, but they never answer their phones. So I'm going to send her a message as well. And I'm also going to send her a link where she can click on it and join me live. I think I've got my live link on. Let's have a look. No, the wrong one. 1 minute, please, caller. I'll just make sure I've got my interview window on. Where'd that go? Oh, I haven't got the interview on. There we go. We'll just put that there for special people. So if anyone wants to join me who's an investor and wants to blow the lid on it, you can join me in real time and we'll put you live on the stage and you can tell me your story. I'm just going to put the link in the chat room. There you go. That's cool. All right. I can see myself in 3 different screens here. It's quite freaky, really. All right. She doesn't want to talk to me. Well, no love lost there. But I did give her the opportunity. Now we're going to make her a person of interest and destroy her. Oh, no, I didn't say that. Just kidding. All right. This is the next stage. We're going to read this until I get my mojo back.
The plaintiff's web, connections, coincidence, or a very convenient club. What law 360 left out, and what jumps off the page the second you line up the 3 complaints, is how neatly everything funnels back to one guy, Nick Petrillo.
Yeah, so Nick is basically saying he was sitting beside the captain of the Titanic. He navigated them towards the ice cube. He hit the ice cube. He was in charge of everything. He's even gone as far as to say in this lawsuit, if you read through it, that he was aware that he was on the Goliath Ventures website as the chief operating officer. He didn't pay any attention to that fact. I mean, I bet all you guys did when you were thinking about, oh, who's in the company? Did you not look at the website? Or did he not ever look at the website? And is that why he's taken off the website now? Who knows? But everything's ironic here because you've got Nick Petrillo suing Goliath Ventures, who's also looking after his own customers under his own brand. I mean, I don't even know how to, if you've invested under Nick, then you want to go after Nick. It's really that simple. And if you've got a lawyer and he doesn't know where to start, we're willing to help everybody here. We're just everyone's best friend at the moment. Of course, I was yelling out, iceberg, iceberg.
21 Ventures LLC, case 26-001290, filed January 23rd, is Petrillo's own company. His sister Christina Turner was the one sending those exciting news audit emails back in September. Gregory Garrett Wilson, case 26-002371, is Petrillo's longtime business partner who rooted his $5.80 million plus through him. John D. Giuliano and Broward Nursing Academy, case 26-002331, came in through Petrillo's University of Central Florida network.
Well, there you go. Sounds like one big happy family, doesn't it? Now, I just want to say, Violet, darling, I accidentally clicked message retracted and I'm trying to put it back and it won't go back. And that's because I clicked the wrong button. Nothing personal. Don't leave me now. I need you. I need all my Avengers. All right. So we've got John Straw and he works. I have to read this. So it's just not flowing out the mojo today, guys. So listen
Jordan
to this.
Shaw of Shaw UNs is counsel of record on every single one. And Petrillo, the former acting COO of Goliath, has been casually dropping Shaw's contact to the investors he personally onboarded. Not go file your own suit. Just the soft sell. If you're interested, I can have him reach out. That's a hell of a coincidence in a case this big.
I think you need to absorb what he's just said there. You know, what is it, the blame game? They always do it. I'm a victim as well. You've got Punit Shah telling us that he's in the same boat as you, and he shouldn't even be in the effing life raft. He's not a victim. He's a predator. He's gone after you, told you to invest, and you've listened to him. He's not a financial advisor. He's not qualified. He's a realtor, I think, originally. He could have been a painter and a decorator. Nothing against painter and decorators. He could have been a fireman who's putting out their own fires now. He could be anybody, but he's not who he's claiming he was. He's not qualified to provide financial services to people. Why are they trying to get this MSB license if this is true? At this game, at this stage of the game. Really? They should have had all that stuff at the start. It's not rocket science. Anyway, I don't know if I read that now. I got myself away in a rant. I think I did read it. Good faith is dropping short. Yeah, so he said that. Hell of a big coincidence. So absorb that for a wee while. Why is Nick helping people? Because he's, I don't know why I started saying that. Because he's moving the blame. He's moving the blame onto, he's trying to control the narrative. He's trying to say, I'm in the same boat as you. This is what I'm doing. I'd recommend you doing the same. And he's washing his hands free. In the meantime, you've got him on jet airplanes, hiring a jet airplane and taking his family away to celebrate. You've got Christopher doing beautiful celebrations on here he is in love. Christopher's in love. Oh, it's just like, this makes me, remember, you can go get their phone numbers. Just need to go to that page there, click them, give them a ring. Okay, lawsuits are still legitimate. The lawsuits are still, I can't read anything today.
The lawsuits are still legitimate. The JVAs are still ironclad. But when the plaintiff's side is being quarterbacked by the same insider circle that once filled the dashboards, you'd be wise to treat the billion-dollar headlines with the same skepticism you gave Punit's weekly holding pattern emails.
Yeah, I'm just going to go back to the previous paragraph.
Suddenly Shaw's hundreds of millions, possibly $1 billion quote doesn't sound like sober legal analysis. It sounds like the opening salvo of a controlled rollout. Same network that sold the dream now steering the litigation, consolidating claims, and, conveniently, building one very large contingency fee machine.
Yeah. So I read those paragraphs backwards, but look, go to the description in the YouTube thingy and click more and click on the blog and you can read the whole lot. Now, I'm not going to bore you to death by reading all this myself, so we're just going to go and read these.
21 Ventures
things.
LLC versus Goliath Ventures Incorporated, PDF case 26001290, Division 2 filed, the 23rd of January, 2026. 21 Ventures LLC, a Florida limited liability company, sues Goliath Ventures Incorporated, a Wyoming corporation, for breaches of 2 written agreements, a joint venture agreement, JVA, and a separate master services agreement. The dispute centers on cryptocurrency liquidity pools of deposited digital assets, often 2 assets paired, used by exchanges or protocols to facilitate trading. Trades execute against the pool, and participants earn fees from those trades. 21 invested substantial funds with Goliath for deployment into these liquidity pools. The JVA guarantees the return of principal without diminution or impairment. 12.6, with withdrawals processed within 5 to 7 business days upon email notice. 8.1. A limited 90-day delay is allowed only for specific circumstances, suspected suspicious activity, system hacks, exchange delays, none of which were invoked. 8.3. Ownership of contributions remains with 21 at all times. C.5. Despite demand, Goliath has refused to return 21's principal or payout fees under the services contract. Damages exceed $50,000, exclusive of interest, attorney's fees, and costs. Jurisdiction and venue are proper in Broward because Goliath transacts business in Florida, uses Florida contact information and banking, and the breach has caused injury in Florida.
Yeah, well, that's kind of funny when I listen to some of this because it does actually spark some other stories. For example, that I got accused of freezing their bank accounts. The users Florida contact information is kind of funny when they shut down the company on the 3rd of December and reopened it in Wyoming. Why would they do that? To move the liability, eh? Yeah, but is that going to work for them? Probably not. But as Nick here is the first victim, and we'll get straight into the next one because I don't want to bore you guys to death, but this one is quite a hard case because this person originally invested, wait for it, $5.8 million. Starting in, let's have a listen to this one.
Gregory Garrett Wilson versus Goliath Ventures Incorporated, PDF case 26-002371, Division 12 filed, the 10th of February, 2026. Gregory Garrett Wilson, an individual, contributed at least $5,815,000 starting the 3rd of June, 2025, under a JVA dated the same day. The agreement targets liquidity pools on exchanges like Uniswap. Profits are distributed monthly. First to Wilson at an 8.5% grandfathered rate on contributions and current balances, 7.17111. Withdrawals are processed in 5 to 7 business days via email notice. Point 1. The principal guarantee is explicit, fully reimbursed, without diminution or impairment, regardless of the performance or outcome, absolute and binding until paid in full. 2.6. Wilson's withdrawal history, the 13th of October, 2025, $3 million partial withdrawal requested, COO confirmed valid, no payment the 24th of December, 2025, full withdrawal demanded, confirmed valid, no payment the 5th of January, 2026. Goliath emailed confirming Wilson owed at least $6.8 million, actual amount higher with accruals.
What do they call it? Hyper compounding. As of filing, owed exceeds 8.7 million. So this guy has put in 5.8 million, and now the lawsuit states that he's claiming 8.7 million. Can you see how a Ponzi scheme works? Every day, your money is hyper compounding, and people like Punit is telling people to hang in there. Every day, your money keeps growing in the back end of Goliath Ventures portfolio, doesn't it? You know, and the real sick thing about that is that when you normally put your exit strategy in, they cut you off from the back end of the website. We've been in there multiple times and had a good look, and it's quite amazing. So that's the other case, and then we've got and these are all, I think these are all friends of Nick. So the last one I'm going to bore you with, and then we'll get into the end.
John D. Giuliano, as trustee, and Broward Nursing Academy, LLC versus Goliath Ventures Incorporated, PDF case 26-002331, Division 18 filed, the 10th of February, 2026. Plaintiffs, John D. Giuliano as trustee of the John D. Giuliano Revocable Trust UTD 5, 27-14, and Broward Nursing Academy, LLC DB a Coastal Technical Institute, both Florida entities. 2 JVAs plus written exit agreements. Profit distributions stopped September-October 2025 due to mismanagement by operator Christopher Delgado. Both plaintiffs submitted exit paperwork terminating the ventures. Goliath issued written exit agreements confirming current account balances and promising disbursement within 7 to 10 business days after processing. Confirmed balances. Trust, $656,231.38. BNA, $235,202.50.
Isn't all this lawsuit jargon boring as shit?
Despite demands, Goliath has failed to remit funds or pay accrued amounts. Damages exceed $50,000 per plaintiff. The patterns across these 3 cases are unmistakable. Same Broward County Courthouse, 17th Circuit, same Florida law and venue provisions, identical focus on 2.6 as absolute and binding principal guarantee, same liquidity pool mechanism, ownership retention, C.5, and withdrawal timelines. 2 cases filed on the exact same day, the 10th of February, 2026. Immediately after Punit's prior update, the MSB approval and wallet restriction excuses are nowhere in these complaints. These lawsuits predate and ignore those narratives. Punit's emails continue to promise progress without evidence. The courts are enforcing the actual written words: absolute, binding, no diminution. The contrast is stark and growing.
Well, thank God that's over. I actually read this blog about 3 or 4 times, and I think twice I fell asleep before I finished when I got to this part because it's bloody boring. So I thought I'd better put some fun facts in here. This Gumpy, this guy here with his arms folded, trying to puff up his chest perhaps, is Eric Clayman. And he is a dirty dog. Sue me, please, if you think I've got that wrong. It's just my opinion. But what I'm getting at is this guy wrote the contracts. And he was the person that has sent out the last official letter for Goliath Ventures. His registered office is exactly the same as Goliath Ventures. But now we've got official news from one of the partners that he's washing his hands of the whole thing because he's a professional and he doesn't want to jeopardize his reputation. Now, that is vomit. And this type of individual is the type of individuals I want to name and shame. If you think this is the way you should live your life, then you're a disgusting individual. And if you're walking around the streets where you live and you bump into people, you can hold your head up high and have that stride in your step like you're somebody. But I want you to know that Danny DeHeck, all the way on the bottom of the earth, thinks you're a disgusting bottom feeder. If this was a murder trial, which hopefully it's not, you've got blood on your hands. You're as guilty as the next person. You cannot act and take the liberty of doing a contract, sending out newsletters on behalf of a company that has stolen hundreds of thousands of dollars from people and then walk away like a coward and not be accountable for your actions. I hope that you are disbarred. You are truly the scum of the earth. You're unprofessional, and I can't even tell you on the camera what I think about people like you. I just want to name and shame anyone running or promoting a Ponzi scheme or a scam. That said, let's go back to reading the words on the screen.
Eric Clayman, the Florida attorney who personally drafted the joint venture agreements at the heart of the 3 Broward lawsuits, has a favorite line he's shared with investors. He was an early investor himself and helped write the contracts.
Isn't that disgusting? So this guy invested in the company, wrote the contracts, wrote the newsletters that they sent out, and it just gets worse and worse. Worser. That's a new word. I like that word. It's not a new word for me. I use those words all the time. And here comes the reassuring kicker. I can't even say that word. Here comes the kicker. This is what he said. If anything fraudulent was going on, it would jeopardize my law license. Well, I don't know. What do I say? No shit, Sherlock. Well, it doesn't look like you're going to have a law license for much longer. I hear disbarment from somebody.
That's the kind of statement meant to make people breathe easier. Hey, a licensed attorney put his name on this and he's saying it's clean.
Yeah, you signed off on it, you mongrel. Oh, I can't say mongrel, can I? No. In New Zealand, it actually means a dog that interbreeds with another dog. But I know when you're listening from America, it means something else. But you just got to understand I'm a Kiwi. We have different ways of saying things. But I have been trying not to say that. But what is another? I call them bottom feeders. I think that's quite fitting. But let's go there.
In the cold light of 2026, with payouts frozen for months, dashboards worthless, and the very principal guarantees he drafted, absolute and binding, without diminution or impairment, now being litigated as broken promises, the line lands very differently. A lawyer who helped craft the documents promising ironclad return of principal, now quietly framing his involvement with a not-so-subtle "I didn't knowingly participate in fraud" disclaimer.
Bullshit. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Did I say that out loud? A disclaimer. All right, here we go.
If the goal was genuine reassurance, it missed badly. If the goal was to quietly create daylight between himself and whatever legal fallout comes next, it was pitch perfect.
Queen of Karma, this is a family show. You can't say somebody looks like a jerk. It's just naughty, but I will put your message across the top of the screen. Queen of Karma, he looks like a jerk. Well, that's right. We can't discriminate what people look like. You should search him on the internet and watch his videos. He basically says that if you drink drive, that endangers people's lives and you've done something wrong legally, he will sit there and put a magnifying glass over everything that happened and try to get you out of it. That's what I think a criminal defense lawyer does. I don't know, but I do know that a criminal defense lawyer doesn't write effing contracts for financial companies. Just saying.
The carnage of a collapsed Ponzi scheme. This is the aftermath of a collapsed Ponzi scheme. What was marketed as a legitimate high-yield blockchain investment, guaranteed principal, 8.5% monthly returns, liquidity pools and Bitcoin mining generating steady fees, was too good to be true. Hundreds of millions were raised from trusting investors in the US and Canada, with promises built on new money rather than real profits. Now the carnage is visible. Payouts stopped months ago. Insiders allegedly cashed out tens of millions. Regular participants are left with frozen funds and worthless dashboards. Families are facing financial ruin, and trust has been completely shattered.
These guys are bastards. They've destroyed families, destroyed relationships, pissed your money away like it's water on $100,000 evenings where they blown $5 million event with Jason Derulo. You know, these guys are bastards. They haven't even respected the money that they've stolen from you. Lamborghinis, Ferraris. Chris has got a Ferrari in Dubai, 2 apartments, so we've heard, and commutes back and forth on a jet with your money. I mean, wake up. Stop letting this money disappear and lavish gifts to his girlfriend. He spent over $1 million on his girlfriend in the last 12 months. Love your new handbag. Stick your handbag where the sun don't shine.
The 3 Broward lawsuits are only the beginning. A Florida lawyer has already had 4 separate individuals approach her in recent weeks, seeking representation against Goliath Ventures Incorporated, and more filings are in the pipeline. We're seeing the start of a wave, victims banding together with evidence, realizing the joint venture was smoke and mirrors, and chasing recovery through the courts. This isn't a temporary glitch. It's the inevitable fallout when schemes like this finally run out of new investors to pay the old ones. The dream of easy crypto riches has turned into a nightmare of clawbacks, audits, and accountability.
Yeah, so I don't know how to say it, but when we had this, I wrote this blog, I put it online, I even just posted on my website. We had some nice people reached out to us who had invested in Goliath, but they didn't know there was any lawsuits pending or been filed. And there's 3, and there's 4 more on the way that I may know of. What I'm saying, guys, is you need to share this content. The networks are quite tight. They claim it was a private equity company. So that means it all went through the whispers of the night. People that you may not even know may not talk about this. So you need to share this content. We need to let people know, because once I published this, somebody reached out to us and they didn't realize. Right. So I say this quite a lot. If you want our help, we're here. We have this beautiful form that you can fill out. Now, that URL that you see on the screen, you can complete this form, email it through to us, and I promise you, I will give your details to the head investigator. We know that there's 6 different government agencies been looking into this. We do understand the FBI is one of them. We do know the IRS is also looking into it, and a few other ones that I can't remember, but I can't tell you. Anyway, if you go to tinyurl.com/Goliath Ventures Inc., you'll find this form that you're looking at. If you want to connect with me via Signal, you can click this link. If you want to be anonymous, that's okay. Click that link, sign up on Signal, and when it asks you for your phone number, keep it private and make up a funny name that makes me laugh, so I get some kicks and giggles out of this. And in here, we've got 18 questions. We're asking you information. We will groom your information. Now, we've had numerous people give us the full back end to Goliath Ventures investment portfolio. Thank you. We record what you see on the screen. Screenshots are great, but recording of your whole back end portfolio before they cut you off is also a good idea. And originally, when you got this form, we did suggest that you go to Olive Berman because he's right next door to where Goliath was. But I wouldn't trust these lawyers because these are the lawyers that tried to stop me preaching the truth. Eric Clayman, well, that was the headquarters of Goliath and him, but he's thrown the towel in now. Act swiftly, that's all I'm going to say. Now, if you haven't been following me in my Avengers, this work is a labour of love. And we really thank every Avenger, everyone that's given us information. We love you guys. It is amazing. I didn't think I'd be doing 29 friggin' blogs and videos. Well, I've done about 60 videos on Goliath Ventures, but this one takes the cake. So remember the first blog? We looked at the contracts, and straight away I said this contract is shit. And now look at everyone. It's in the courts. Part 3, we looked at Black Block and Mac Burke. They said we were running a smear campaign. They had a bookkeeper running the company, Nadia Bringas, who was working for Harry J. Samuels. We had fake audit promises. We exposed that. We had missing FinCEN registrations. We exposed that. We talked about clawbacks. Where's clawbacks? We talked about clawbacks and what could happen if you took money from Goliath, if you're a charity, and the detrimental effects that these bastards who have given to charities, these charities who are putting their money into saving people with cancer and the like, all have to give their money back because they basically received stolen funds, and they will get clawed back. The security questions, like is the contract going to stand up in court? Well, we know that now, don't we? We even compared what a real financial company offering the services that they provide looks like. But you guys didn't look at that. I don't know. Stolen money, gifts, and uncommercial deals. So people that were benefiting, I think we even got Don't Drop the Soap. I like that one. Unusual developments connected. Yeah, we've got all the things. All right. And then the best one that I did like is when we found photos of people like the FBI director, Kash Patel. Ron DeSantis was mentioned in there. We've got photos of Chris with him. We've even got Andrew Tate weighing in. Andrew Tate doesn't want anything to do with Christopher, Tomo, and Michael. Even though they're on with 3 cruise ships in Croatia, which sort of terrified me at the time because I always think Andrew Tate's like a bit like the mafia. But then even Andrew Tate has washed his hands from Christopher, and Tomo's removed the post he did about being one of the 33 speakers. We've got the proof. And then they sued me in blog number 12, sued a New Zealander as an investigative journalist for telling the truth. What a packet. The copyright strikes. I get them all the time, but I've had 10 of them since I've been reporting. 4 of them have come directly from Goliath. Crypto crash. We lost $380 billion in a day, and they didn't even flinch. Why didn't they flinch? Because they were a crypto company, weren't they? Well, they didn't flinch because they weren't running a crypto liquidity pool trading thing or any crypto mining. They were just running a Ponzi scheme using new investor money to pay old investors. It's not rocket science. And then we entertain them with a 22-page motion to dismiss. Well, I wonder how that's going to work now. You didn't escape the scam you benefited from. We had somebody ring us up because they thought they was providing us information. They were a whistleblower, but they weren't. They were trying to save their bacon. We thought that was quite a funny one, so we published a blog and a video about that. Then we had Goliath telling us that their bank wasn't going to be able to grow at the same rate they were growing. So they left the JP Morgan and moved to the Bank of America. And we even managed to shut down one of their accounts. I do not have the power to shut down bank accounts, but I do have the knowledge to use networks like Christopher has to find who to whisper in the ear of. And they actually used my blog to show the bank, and they froze the bank account. Isn't that great? The power of a blog. Director of Administration of Goliath Ventures, Steve Davis. Well, Steve Davis, if you haven't watched it, I do recommend doing it. You come to my YouTube video, and this is one of the funniest videos I think I've actually done this year. But if you come here, and you can go down to Steve Davis. Where's Stevie Davis? Oh, Stevie boy. Steve. Well, I've got words over it. Oh, there it is. So this one here, Steve Davis versus Danny DeHeck. We had a lovely phone call with Steve Davis. Arrogant prick. Used to be a fireman, now a financial advisor, who's advised all his mates in the fire brigade. We've got 5 of your mates. I've even emailed all your mates to Stephen Davis and said, why did you encourage these people to sign up for this shit? He's one of the alpha boys, you know, the alpha mentality where it's men first. I don't even follow what it means, but I must do some research on it because he's done a YouTube channel describing how important it is to be a redneck male. I don't know what he's going on about, but you can follow that up yourself if you want. We did a December breakdown. Chris was promising to pay people. We had Tomo a few days, I think it was about December, Tomo telling everyone that they had to keep sending out social media with hashtag Goliath Strong. Just before the YME dinner where they blew $5 million. We had an email go out telling everyone 15 and the 18th of December payouts were going to resume as normal just before they held the Christmas party on the 12th of December. And then Chris took off to Dubai again. Broken promises, vanishing transparency, accountability looms. That was a goodie. A story of control, delay, and retreat. They deleted a video, which was a bit of a laugh, and it was only online for 4 hours. We picked it up, and they were showing off about an $8.5 million building that they've bought in the Chase building, and we seen the sale receipts, and it was 3.2, so I don't know where he came up with that. But anyway, he was trying to produce a whole lot of propaganda videos. Let's not go there. What else have we got? Built on proof. Tracing the social networks. Abandoned ideas, unverifiable claims. It just goes on and on, guys. You can read the rest, but I think, you know, what I'm proud of is we didn't come this far to only go this far. You know how I do my investigation. I have a team of Avengers, absolutely amazing. And to be honest, guys, this is not the end. This is the beginning of stage 2 on how scams actually work. It's the same template every single time. If you really want to be, you have to act. Doing nothing achieves nothing. But here's an opportunity for you to reach out to us. I haven't got time for it, to be honest, but I'll make time. I want to help you. If you're sitting on the fence, you can provide intel for us. We're not working with lawyers. There's no secret paycheck for Danny. They sent guys around to my fucking house, you bastards, and knocked on my door and offered me money. They already offered me $150,000. And they had these guys in my face telling me they wouldn't speak to me with my cell phone in my pocket. And they wanted to offer me a deal. And I said to those guys, I said, you've just put a target on my back. How do you feel? And I said, I don't know what these guys are capable of. And they, well, we're not threatening you. I said, but you know where I live. And I said, that is a threat in itself. So I walked these guys off the property and I filmed it. One day I'll put that video online when things change. But at the moment, I need your help. I need you to come to me. If you've invested, we're looking for people who want to talk. We want to blow this company up. Because from my experience, these guys will just walk away with your money and they'll probably start up another investment opportunity and start doing the same stuff over and over again. So it needs to stop. We need to create awareness. And I really appreciate the support I get from you guys. Anyway, that's me for today. Really enjoyed it. I'm going to give you a big hug. Just me hugging my camera. I'll just read the chat room before I go. Andrew Tate is ridiculous. He is a complete clown. Oh, that's good. That's all I need is him coming after me now. That's not my words. That's Queen of Karma. She lives in Fiji. Good. Saved her. What else we got? Susie's saying something there. Report. Oh, look at that. Susie, you're so damn supportive. Report to Danny here. And then you go to my contact us page. So do that, guys. Just don't fluff around. And I'm just waffling on now. Okay, that's it. I've done, dusted. Might go for, it's Monday here in New Zealand. It's raining. I don't know what to do today. Pixel says hi. He's under my desk. G'day, Pixel. He loves me. My doggy loves me. All right. See you guys. Thanks for everything. See you in the next video. I'll try to keep you some updates coming along in the not too distant future. We are getting a lot of intel in at the moment. It's hard to sort through what's real and what's not. A lot of really upset people, not happy. And I get it. And we are here. I joke around a little bit, but really seriously, I don't want this to continue and I want to help you as much as I can. We're here for you, the investor. See you in the next video.